Hey, good morning everyone. Happy Tuesday. Rob here from Southwest Florida Television. A bit on the cool side this morning. 53 degrees. It's going to be colder tomorrow. Today 53, tomorrow it's going to be in the 40s. I probably won't be out here on the beach tomorrow. Once it gets below 50, that's a bit too much for me to be walking the beach. Overcast, it's gonna be cloudy today, on and off. Oh, a little while ago as I was driving to the beach here, a beautiful rainbow formed. It did not last long. I was hoping it would still be here when I got out to the beach, but it is gone. Nothing like seeing a rainbow out here over the water in the morning. Fortunately, it's not as windy as it was yesterday. Actually, there's just a slight little breeze right now, but it's supposed to get windier later today. Still got the waves out here. The tide's on its way out. All right, well, here's the deal on the red tide today. I went to the Collier County government's website. It says there's barely, it says very low red tide. I'll go to NOAA's website. It says it's moderate. So there is red tide out here. Those onshore winds that we had the past couple days definitely brought the red tide back. Now, I'm not smelling it out here. I'm not having any problems breathing. But that doesn't mean diddly squat. They say it's out here. So, form your own opinions. Well, that sure looks like rain out there to me in the Gulf. Will it make it to shore? There were a few little spotty showers out there on the radar this morning when I was watching the news. Beautiful as we look up to the north. Blue sky peeking through the clouds. I'm in area 2 right now. .53 degrees. Chilly morning for a Florida boy. A chilly morning for a Florida boy. Tomorrow it's supposed to be in the 40s. Anything interesting down here? Not seeing, I see a bunch of shells, but it's just all broken stuff. Little Florida fighting conch. We can usually always depend on finding a couple of these, the Florida fighting conchs. See, it's like a piece of a lightning whelk down there. The gimbal's not responding here. Huh. Let's see here, what did we have here? Oh, yeah, piece of a, not much of a lightning whelk. Not much of a lightning whelk. Not much left of that guy. Well, maybe we'll see a dolphin come by offshore there. Definitely not as rough as it was yesterday. It's not very pretty out though. See some pelicans flying by out there. Morning. Boy, the water is pretty cloudy here. What's that down there? What kind of shell is that? There's some old clam shells. There's a couple of them down there. There's a little fighting conch down there, that little brown spot. Well, I actually got some shoes on today, keeping my feet warm. So I won't be walking through the water. Looking for a dry spot here to get out on this little sandbar to the right of me. And there isn't one. I thought there'd be a little spot where I could cut across there. Let's see. There's a spot up here. Every once in a while the waves are still coming up and washing over this little piece of sand here as the tide slowly receding out into the Gulf. Isn't that pretty, that reflection? That is beautiful. I think I'm going to take a picture of that. That is pretty cool. That is a beautiful early morning picture there. I'll share that photo later. Definitely gorgeous reflections. Looking to see if there's any sand dollars out here. Seeing any of those little ones. That doesn't mean they're not here. The lower the tide, the better the chance is of finding your little sand dollars out here. Darn it. All right. Just gonna walk down here just a little bit further, then turn around and walk up the beach. Hopefully that sun will break through the clouds here in a little while and get some pretty sky for part of our beach walk anyways. Not seeing any dead fish on the beach. That's a good sign. Always a good sign. No souvenirs yet. Well, I think it's time to hang a U-turn here and start walking up the beach. Yeah, I take that back. Let me just look up here for 1 minute. Walk down the beach a little further. All the way down in area 1 now. We started up in area 2. Just passing the first boardwalk here in area 1. No, not seeing. I see a lot of shells, but they're all just little tiny broken ones. It's not like those piles where I find the little baby moon shells and things. These are really crushed up shells. There's a couple old piles up here on the beach. These have been driven over by the rangers' vehicles and sifted through by visitors. Like I always say, I'm sure there's something still buried in there somewhere. For anybody that's got the patience, you can see there's a fighting conch right there on the top, right down there. The closer you look, the more you find. It's just amazing when you're shelling. No matter how long the shells have been sitting up on the beach, somebody always manages to find something. A lot of conchs. A lot of conchs in these old piles. There's another little pile. Boy, lots of conch shells. People love these shells, these conchs. They definitely make great little souvenirs. Sadly, I have not seen any live ones for quite a while now. I'm sure the red tide took them out. That red tide was devastating. It killed so much of our marine life here. People saw the videos of the dead fish, dead dolphins, dead manatees. It also killed our shellfish, fighting conchs, our sea stars. Just awful. Here's 2 jewel box shells. Jewel boxes. See an old, looks like a Nautica shell. Very similar to a moon shell, piece of one. A piece of one. Beautiful shells. See a little turkey wing shell buried down there. Just a little turkey wing. See what I mean? These shells have probably been sitting out here for over a week. And there's still interesting stuff here. Just depends who's looking at it. Well, I'm going to turn around here and walk into the wind. Well, it's not nearly as bad as it was yesterday, that's for darn sure. Well, yesterday was really windy. Thank goodness it's not as windy as yesterday. I'd be freezing my butt off out here. So there's already people out here walking up and down the beach with their buckets looking for shells. You know, we haven't seen an osprey for several days now. I'd sure like to see an osprey up in one of these pine trees. If you like these beach walks, please hit the share button. Invite your friends to watch along with us here. Good morning. How are you doing?
Can I ask how Roy is?
He's all right. I mean, he's just not going to be out at the beach.
Not ever again?
Yeah, maybe in a month. He might come down for his birthday on the 20th. Yeah. He won't be out here. We'll probably celebrate like in the parking lot up there in
Are
area.
they worried about bacteria again?
Yeah, 'cause his leg's not healed.
It hasn't healed yet.
I mean, he had a patch on his whole leg was eaten away. I mean, it was gone.
I couldn't look at the picture you posted.
And I didn't, that wasn't when it was bad.
I couldn't.
When it first happened, I mean, it was just a huge gaping hole. You could see the bone and everything. So it had, all the tissue had to grow, fill back in.
And as you get older, you don't heal as fast.
And that's part of the reason why it happens. You know, it's always that bacteria is out there all the time.
Yeah.
But it just depends on.
If you're healthy and strong, yeah. He must have had a little, what he said he had a cut or something.
Well, he had a big cut on his leg from his crutches.
Oh.
He had like a bolt sticking out, and it was just hitting him there.
Should have turned the crutch around or something.
Oh dear. Well,
So he learned a lesson.
sounds like he has lots of support.
He does. He's got a lot of people come visit him and send him cards, but he's
I'll have to send him a
He's
birthday
missing the
card.
beach though.
you got that right. He's very anxious to be out here. Very anxious to be out here.
Hopefully he can be here for his
He snuck out here a couple times and got in trouble. I said, Roy, you can't sneak out here. People are gonna know when you come out
No,
here.
you
I told the Rangers to call me immediately if he showed up.
Were you out this morning to see the rainbow?
Yeah,
Oh,
wasn't that beautiful? That was cool. I didn't see it here. I saw it when I was driving in.
It was just-
It was
Now we've come here for 15 years. I've never seen that before. Have you? Is this something that happens once in a while? There was no rain.
the rainbows. Yeah, we get a lot of them out here.
Without rain.
Yeah.
I didn't know
It was
that.
just gorgeous.
It's just, you know, the humidity, if everything's just right.
Just everything's just right.
Yeah, and that was a nice one.
It was beautiful.
We've had some nice double ones out here.
It
Those
was a
were-
little
Tiny bit on the
not-
right side.
Did it start to make a
Yeah.
double? It all depends what angle you're looking at it from,
Right.
too.
Or as you move against the different.
Yeah, like if you're driving down the road, all of a sudden it'll be beautiful, and then you look again, and it's gone. It's like, where'd it go?
But this one, the whole beach
Yeah,
see it.
I wish I was out here. I missed getting out here for it by about 10 minutes. I was like, ugh.
There'll be another.
Oh yeah.
Another one.
Thank you.
Hopefully with some dolphins jumping under it. All right, see you later. Some of our beach friends asking about our friend Roy. Roy's hanging in there, folks. He's on the mend, but it's a very slow recovery process. We are going to try to have a little party for him here on his 94th birthday, December 20th. We're going to we'll probably wind up having it out more in the parking lot instead of on the beach up in Area 4, up at the north end of Area 4, where his recent wife Audrey's bench is up there. I don't know. He misses his beach. We miss Roy, that's for sure. Miss chatting with him out here. I do see him. I see Roy just about every morning when he's taking his morning walk. Even today he was out there. I hope I don't see him tomorrow. It's going to be cold here, down here for us tomorrow, in the 40s. I hope I don't see him taking a beach walk tomorrow. Look how fast that water's moving. See that cockle shell? It was just blowing by me there. This tide is going out fast now. This is all what's left of old trees and their roots that have slowly been decaying over the decades. Fish actually nibble on this decaying stuff here. That's why there's a lot of this up at the north end of Area 2, the south end of Area 3. There's a lot of this rotting wood there with the algae growing on it. And so there's a lot of fish up there, and that's why the dolphins come in that one particular spot, just up here to the north of me. Usually this is underwater. But you might have, during some of our beach walks, you might have heard our friend fisherman Mike talking about the fish eating a little algae there. That's what they're eating. And there's a dead crab on the beach, a dead blue crab. You can really see how blue those things are too. Look how blue. Probably from red tide. But look how blue those claws are. The blue crab. Beautiful crabs. Sad to see it dead. So sad to see it dead on the beach like this. Pretty sure that's one of our victims of the red tide. There's another old lightning whelk shell. I saw one of these earlier. Not much left of this one. Yep, red tide. It's out there. I am not feeling the effects of it right here along the shore. Of course, it's not as windy as it was yesterday, but I'm sure those heavy winds, those onshore winds we had, brought the red tide in. Maybe not right up to the beach, but definitely close to it. Wow, here's something cool. Here's a mossy arc shell. I've never seen one of these. Both halves of a mossy arc. A little mossy arc. Oops. My fingers are cold, sorry. A mossy arc. That's kind of cool. I don't have one of those. I don't have a whole turkey wing shell either. Pretty cool. One of these beautiful little white clam shells. I don't know what kind of clams these are. They're so white though. Piece of an old pear whelk, a little pear whelk, really old, lost all its color. This was probably buried under sand on the bottom for ages and just washed up on the beach. There we go. Little shark eye. It's kind of buried. It was buried in the sand there. I just saw the eye sticking up looking at me. A little moon shell. Been finding a lot of these lately. And I'm not complaining. I think they're neat little shells. There's a piece of an old crown conch down here. There's a piece of a worm shell. A couple pieces of some old crown conchs right there. Very, very old. Huh. There's another one. Interesting. These, when they're this color, that means they've been buried for a long time. They're just washing up on the beach. And there's a pear whelk the same way. These have been buried for a long time. So pear whelk over on the right. 3 little old crown conchs there with it. Neat. There's kind of some cool little stuff washing up on the beach here. Little things too. I mean, that's what I think the little things are so neat. People miss the little things all the time. Thought I saw a murex, a piece of a murex and another moon shell over here. I got distracted and looked up and I lost sight of it. It happens all the time. A little more blue sky starting to pop out up here. Just gonna make my way north. We went all the way down into Area 1 this morning. Came out the boardwalk, started on the boardwalk at the north end of Area 2. Walked south down into Area 1. Now we're back at the north end where we started in Area 2. We started our boardwalk. We started our walk right there on that boardwalk this morning. Little murex shell down here. Somebody left for me. Little lace murex. Thanks for leaving that. There's been quite a few shellers walking by. With every wave though, it changes. Every wave that comes in here brings something different. Just amazing. Nice little worm tip. Tip of a worm shell there. I wonder if my buddy Scott, if our friend Scott's online with us. Scott's at home recuperating. Scott Magyar. Keep him in your prayers there. Hopefully he's online here with us watching. He could be still sleeping. He needs to get his rest, that's for sure. Do I see an angel wing shell? Oh, poop. Piece of an angel wing. Huh. Beautiful shells. These things are so brittle. It doesn't take, you just blow on them and they break. Beautiful shells, the angel wings, aren't it? There's some pretty big ones people have found out here too. But it's hard finding them in one piece just because they're so fragile. Ah, some sun. Boy, that feels good. Getting a couple breaks in the clouds here. A few breaks. I just love that light in the morning like this. Is that not beautiful? Look at those clouds. Seen any ospreys yet up in the trees. It's been a few days now, several days since we've seen an osprey up in the pines. Well, the shells are really starting to thin out here. What a difference from yesterday, huh? Just every day, such a big change in the weather. The weather, the water conditions. According to NOAA, We are experiencing moderate red tide in northern Collier County. Moderate red tide. I'm not smelling it, but that does not mean it's not here. It could be just offshore. Our sandbars are starting to pop up here as the tide goes out. Just beautiful. You just never know what Mother Nature has in store for you when you walk out onto these sandbars. Every once in a while you discover a real treasure out here. Clouds, beautiful when you look up here and see the reflections out in the water here on the sandbar. Pen shell, half of a pen shell it looks like down here. Piece of an old worn out pen shell. What do we have down here? Anything of interest? Not seeing much of anything. So quiet out here. There's a nice little conch shell. A little baby conch. A little baby fighting conch. A little whelk shell. Piece of a little whelk. A little lightning whelk. Conch on the left, the whelk on the right. Boy, piles and piles of worm shells right here. These are all just lots and lots of worm shells down here. See a little moon shell over there. A little piece of coral. A little piece of coral. Piece of a moon shell over there. I thought it was a whole one. Upside down there. Little piece of a shark eye. Wow, there's a interesting little conch shell there. Look at the stripes on that one. Look at the stripes on that one. Very neat pattern. There's a piece of a bigger moon shell. That one's pretty worn out. Piece of an old tulip. Piece of an old tulip shell over here. There's some blue sky now. A little sunlight. Not gonna last very long. The sun's already going behind the clouds. Look out there into the Gulf and down behind me to the south. Not as rough as it was yesterday, that's for sure. Not nearly as rough as it was yesterday. Looks like some rain though, moving on shore down there to the south. I saw a beautiful rainbow this morning as I was driving here to the beach. By the time I got out here, though, it was gone. So neat seeing a rainbow out over the Gulf there. I hope everybody's doing well today. It's going to be pretty cold here tomorrow for Florida. In the 40s tomorrow. At least that's what they're predicting. I can't guarantee I'll be out here doing a beach walk. I'm actually thinking about stopping the beach walks for a while. It's just over the past few days, actually since Sunday, the views have really been declining, so I'm thinking about maybe just giving it a rest for a while. Nobody's watching. I'm just coming out here and enjoying myself at the beach. I don't know. We'll see what happens today, how many views we get. A little olive shell down here. Nice little patterns on it. Wish the sun would pop out. It's got a little hole on the end there. It's got some neat patterns though. I haven't run into any of our shark tooth hunting friends yet this morning. Maybe I should be looking for shark's teeth. Since they're not out here, beat them to them. I sure would love to find one. They're here and I'm walking right past them. I just don't see them. I don't know why. Harder to find things when the sun's not out shining bright. That sun really helps. Everything just kind of melts together into a big blob down here on the beach without the sun. There's a nice little olive down here. Has it got the tip on it? It sure does. Nice little olive shell. Boy, that's a pretty one. That is a nice one. Nice pattern on it. Nice little olive shell. There's a nice little worm shell down here too. That's a nice worm shell. We're up at the north end of Area 4. I'm sure a lot of you recognize those trees over there. We're up at Roy's beach. Our good buddy Roy. We're planning to have a little birthday celebration for him here on December 20th. Everybody's invited. It's going to be up here in Area 4. Not going to be on the beach. He's not supposed to be out on the beach yet. Probably have it up near the edge of the parking lot. I don't know what time. We usually start the shindig around 11, 12 o'clock. But everybody is invited to celebrate Roy's 94th birthday. There's a piece of a worm shell. Nice little chunk of a worm shell over here. It's a thick one there. Nice piece of a worm shell. Fighting conchs. We've seen quite a few of these. I've seen quite a few of them out on the beach this morning. Piece of an old pear whelk. Piece of an old pear whelk. Little sand dollar down there. A little sand dollar. See, you never know what you're going to find or where you're going to find it. A couple little scallop shells down here. A couple little scallops. Things are pretty spread out here. Shells are kind of strewn all over the place. Again, like I said earlier, not having that bright sun out here makes it more difficult to find things. Got a little blue sky peeking out there. This morning. A lot of blue sky up to the north. Much cloudier down to the south. I love these little fighting conch shells. But I have plenty of them. I don't need any more. They're so neat, the little babies. The little baby Florida fighting conchs. Little moon shell right down there, right at the tip of my finger. Moon, maybe a Nautica. See what kind of shape it's in. It's busted up. It's chipped up. There's a nice little sand dollar over here. Another little sand dollar. You just leave these sit out in the sun and they turn white, they bleach out. Somebody will pick this up. There's a big slipper shell down here. What kind of shape is that in? It's a big one. Big slipper shell. See how it looks like a little slipper when you turn it over? You can find those all different sizes on the beach. Different colors too. Darn, another broken piece of a moon shell. Another broken moon shell. You always find lots of broken shells at the beach. There's no shortage of broken shells. Darn it. Wow. There's another nice sand dollar. I think I'm gonna try and keep this one. That's a big one. I'm gonna try and put that in my pocket without breaking it. That is a nice sand dollar there. Nice one. Just washed in last night's high tide. Just never know where you are going to find something on this beach. Just have to keep your eyes open. Little spot I'm standing in right now, I have found some great little shells up here. It's hit and miss. It seems just the shape of the beach up here, it just catches some neat things. Yeah, I gotta look really close though, because it's usually like little tiny murex shells and moon shells that get caught up here on the beach. Tide's still going out though too. So the lower the tide, the more things I tend to find up here. I'm just up at the very north end of Area 4 right now. The waves are getting me. Still coming up here. Darn. I think I might have heard an osprey behind me. Maybe. I don't see it up in the tree though. Darn it. Thought I heard one calling out. Boy, lots of little fighting conchs down here at my feet. Lots of them. Worm shells. Darn it, another. This is the second broken angel wing I found this morning. Darn it. They're such neat shells, the angel wings. But they're so fragile. You usually find pieces of them. The angel wings. A turkey wing. An angel wing and a turkey wing. There's a turkey wing. Look at all these little fighting conchs down here. There's lots and lots of these up here this morning. No shortage. No shortage of worm shells either. If you want to start a worm shell collection, well, you could fill jars up with them today. They are everywhere. Darn it. Broken tulip shell. Piece of an old banded tulip shell. Like I said, there's no shortage of broken shells up here. You can find bits and pieces of some really nice shells. But who wants that? Huh. I'm not seeing any moon shells up here. Doesn't mean they're there. Not here, just I'm not seeing them. Another one of these neat little clam shells. Again, I have no idea what kind of clams they are. Just neat looking shells. The white shells. I'm not an expert on the clams. Nice bit of sunlight for a minute there. Have a look up the beach. Look at that. Nice when the sun comes out here. If you're just tuning in here, the NOAA red tide report does say there is moderate red tide in North Collier County. Moderate red tide. However, I'm not smelling it, I'm not feeling it. My eyes aren't burning, I'm not coughing. However, NOAA says it's out here. Found two of these today. A whole mossy arc shell. Both halves of the mossy arc. A Love to find a turkey wing like this, both halves of a turkey wing. There's both halves of a mossy arch shell though. That's the second one of those I found this morning. I love coming out here in the mornings. It's fun taking you guys along with me here. We have seen some interesting things out here on the beach. We've seen some really neat things. We've had some fun times chasing dolphins out here. Following dolphins up and down the beach. They've worn me out here. We've seen some sad things out here. I kind of show you the good and the bad, both sides of our beach here in North Naples. Some people get mad at me for doing that, and when they do, they get blocked. Their history. Just don't watch. Don't complain. Boy, look at that worm shell. Look at the size of that worm shell. That is a big one. Man, that is a very, very nice worm shell. Boy, beautiful now that that sun's out here. Still got my jacket on though. Blue jeans, a jacket. It was chilly this morning. Gonna be much colder tomorrow. In the 40s. And that is cold for us down here in Southwest Florida. All depends on the wind tomorrow, on whether or not I'll be out here. If it's windy and in the 40s, forget it. Forget about it. Morning, how you doing? How's it going?
Good, how's Roy?
He's doing, he's getting better, just slow. It's gonna be a while.
No infections or anything anymore?
Nope, not recently.
Okay.
Hopefully December 20th we'll have him out here for his birthday. We'll have a little party up here.
Is he 95?
It'll be 94.
94.
Yeah. We gotta keep them off the beach, though. We'll have it up by the parking
really?
lot. Yeah. His
Is there
doctor.
any open sores or wounds?
Yeah, it's still not totally healed. Yeah. All right, you too. Boy, a lot of beach to walk on here this morning. A lot of times there's no beach up here. Now, we're doing pretty good at low tide. Quite a bit of beach. Well, I think I'll walk up here a little further, take a peek around this tree up here, and then we'll walk back. Maybe something else will have washed up on the beach. It's a little moony. It's kind of neat with that little crack in it like that. Still seeing lots of fighting conch shells. Lots of the little Florida fighting conchs up here. Not a whole lot of beach left up here. Look at all of that erosion. Boy, big sandbar up here at the north end of the park this morning. Look at this behind me. The water got up here last night. I don't know if you can see it. It's all dark here. The water actually came up and lapped up all the way up here last night. Come through here and take a peek up at Wiggins Pass. Boy, look at that. Nice low tide up here. People actually out fishing out here on the sandbar. Very cool. Here's a nice cockle down here. Nice big cockle shell. Nice, oh my gosh. Incredible the amount of conchs up here. Look at all, there's piles of conch shells up here, piles of them, all over the place. There's a nice little cockle, both halves of the cockle. Nice little keeper. Got the cockle heart there. Holy Moses. Unbelievable. Piles of conch shells up here. Look at them all. There's four conchs right there. There's another one to the left, another one to the right. Worm rock. These are all fighting conch shells. Some real beauties down here too. Some really nice fighting conch shells. I mean, they're everywhere. I don't know. You could fill up a garbage bag with them up here this morning. They're everywhere. Unbelievable. Look at them all down here. Incredible. Really, some really nice ones too. Nice colors on them. Wow. It's unbelievable how many fighting conchs there are. What else is up here? Let's see. I thought I saw a piece of an old cone shell over here. Why so many conch shells? There's a piece of a very old alphabet cone down there. A really old, worn out alphabet cone. What else is up here? There's an alphabet. There's a nice little alphabet cone shell. What else? Nice little alphabet cone. Why so many fighting conch shells right here in this area? Man. You got several hours before the tide comes in. If you want some fighting conchs, man, come up to Wiggins Pass right now. They're all over the place. I want something besides a fighting conch though. Once again, I forget the name of these guys. I forget the name of these shells. There's a couple moon shells. Oh, shoot. I just broke the darn sand dollar in my pocket in half. I had a beautiful sand dollar I picked up this morning. I bent over. I broke it in half. Crap. Let me see if I can get something out of it. When you break open a sand dollar, it's full of these little things they call doves. I don't know if you can see it in my hand here. See it? They look like little doves. Those are inside the sand dollar. Darn it. I'd rather have that beautiful sand dollar instead of the dove. Can you see the little dove there? Darn it. Makes me so mad when I do that. Bending over to pick stuff up happens all the time. I break some really nice things. Worm shells. Oh well. Piece of an old moon or Nautica shell. That's a Nautica. Wow. Another piece, a little old cone shell, a little worn out cone shell. Another old moon shell over here. A little whelk. Nice little lightning whelk. Nice little lightning whelk. Nice whelk. That's a great little lightning whelk. What else? Maybe I see an angel wing up there. I'm gonna hold my breath. Lots of broken moon shells here. Lots of pieces of moon shells. Darn it. Broken tulip shell. Part of a crown conch. Lots of pieces of these moon shells. Lots of fighting conchs. Piece of a tulip shell. Another piece of a moon shell here. Darn it. Boy, lots of neat stuff here. I'm gonna pick this up before somebody grabs it. Oh, it's got a chip on the end. An angel wing, almost a good, nice angel wing. Missing the end. Darn it. Those things are so fragile, these angel wings. Beautiful olive shell down here. Beautiful olive. Look at that. That is a nice, hang on a second. That is a really nice olive shell. Really nice olive. I'm just so sad that that angel wing wasn't in one piece. Darn it. Darn it, darn it. Rats. What else? I can't believe how many fighting conchs were up here this morning. Up at Wiggins Pass, there was a pile of them. Absolutely incredible. I don't know how long they're gonna last. People sure do like collecting the fighting conch shells. So many big moon shells, old moon shells we've seen up here. Look at that one. Huh. All in a little stretch of beach. Ooh, looky here. Voila. Nice little tulip shell. Nice little banded tulip shell. Keep walking up the beach here. Let's stop and check on our way back again, see what we missed. Another old moon shell down there. Another little Mooney here. Mooney or Nautica. Little tulip and a moon shell. The moon shells are all over. A lot of them are broken. Little pear whelk. Oh, this is a paper fig. Got a little chip in it. Little paper fig shell. Boy, I found some nice stuff in that little stretch. Yeah, we've got a sandbar popped up here at the north end of the beach up by Wiggins Pass. The blue sky is starting to come out now. Gorgeous. The sun's starting to shine. Loving it. Wiggins Pass at low tide. There's probably all kinds of goodies out in this water here. Wow, that was some wonderful shelling there. I'm still seeing lots of fighting conchs down in the water. Lots and lots of them down here in the water. All along the edge here. Fighting conchs. Wow. Barefoot Beach over there on the other side of the pass. Another nice beach. That's a county park over there. Delnor Wiggins is a state park. Wow, more conchs up here. Lots more conch shells up here. Crazy. Broken moon shells. I've seen so many of these big old moon shells. They're just all worn out and pitted. I've seen these all over the beach this morning up here at the north end. There's a little tulip. Little tulip shell over here. It's busted up. Darn it. So many conchs though. So many fighting conch shells. Here's an old murex. Old lace murex shell. Look at this little conch here. Beautiful colors on it. Beautiful. I have no clue why there's so many conch shells up here today. They are everywhere. Lightning whelks, broken lightning whelks, pieces of lightning whelks. I guess those waves took their toll on everything the past couple days. A pear whelk on the left, a lightning whelk on the right. What's left of them. Saw 3 broken angel wings on the beach today. 3 broken angel wings, darn it. Those are really cool shells. There's another whole cockle shell here. I got nowhere to put it. Another whole cockle shell. Great little souvenir though. You can really see that cockle heart there. There's a little one. There's a little one. There's a moon shell over here. See what that looks like. Moon shell. That looks more like a nautica. Gaudy nautica. I can take this one. A little. I think that one's alive. Yep, this is a live cockle. He closed up when I grabbed him. That's a live little cockle there. Put him out in the water. Another broken tulip shell. Man. Murex. There's a broken tulip on the left and murex on the right. Another little murex, an apple murex, 2 little apple murex shells. Lots of neat little stuff out here this morning. Piece of an old horse conch. But all kinds of nice little shells out here this morning. Piece of a pear whelk down here. Another broken pear whelk. Boy, great shelling up at the pass this morning. Some really neat ones. Oh, thanks for watching. Do you?
Yeah, what's your last name again?
Stan.
Sand?
Stan.
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 S-T-A-N. Stan.
Yeah.
Well, good luck and thank you.
All right. Thank you. Some followers from New York. That is so neat. I get to meet people from all over the world here at the beach. They come down and they come out to the beach and say they've been following me on Facebook. That is just amazing. Wow. I have found so many of these broken tulip shells today. I only have one in my pocket that I picked up that was good. So many of these beautiful tulips, but they are all broken. They're everywhere this morning. They're just beautiful shells. Boy, some great shelling up here at Wiggins Pass this morning. Great shelling. As that tide's slowly going out, I'm sure there's going to be some nice shells. I can see them all down here in the water as that tide goes out. There's going to be some more great little finds up here. Great little finds. Like, look at all these shells caught up on this little ledge here. Look at them all. Huh. The big thing though is the fighting conchs. I've never seen, well I have, I've seen a lot of fighting conchs before, but they are everywhere. They're all over the pass here. I'm serious, you could fill a garbage can up with them without any trouble. But look at all these shells. See them going off into the water there? All caught, they just wash up as the tide comes in and out. That's a steep drop off there though too. Wow. So cool. That's the Cocohatchee River there. That's looking east up the Cocohatchee. Wiggins Pass is the mouth of the Cocohatchee here. Over on the other side there, that's Barefoot Beach. Barefoot Beach Preserve Park. And there's Wiggins Pass. The tide's still moving out. There's something I don't actually have in my collection. They're usually too big. Here's a little pen shell. A nice little pen shell. Usually these are bigger and they're all covered with barnacles. This is a small pen shell. I call it a pen shell because use your imagination. You hold it on its end like that. Looks like a little writing pen. A pen shell. First one of these that I've got in my collection. They're usually much, much larger, the ones you find on the beach. It's too hard for me to carry while I'm doing these beach walks. Wow. Well, here's something cool. It's gross, but it's cool. This, it's called a crucifix fish. It's actually the back skeleton of a sail catfish. But when you flip it over, can you see the crucifix in there? See how it makes a crucifix? They call that a crucifix fish. Pretty cool. Pretty darn cool if you ask me. I just filled up my pockets up here at the pass, at Wiggins Pass. Filled them up. Conch shells, murex shells, a nice little tulip, beautiful olive shell. Just incredible. Piles and piles of conch shells this morning at Wiggins Pass. Got a nice little alphabet cone. Saw a lot of faded out alphabet cones. I got one nice little alphabet. Saw tons of old moon shells. Tons of them. I did get a few nice moon shells. A lot of great stuff up here. A lot of nice shells this morning.
How are you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
All right.
Some really nice stuff. Now all we need are some dolphins to swim by and make our morning walk complete. I'm getting a low battery warning. I've been out here for a while. That's not good. Well, as you know, nobody pays me to come out here for an hour and a half, 2 hours, walk the beach, and post about it later. And I do enjoy doing it. I like bringing people together on Facebook. That's one of the purposes, is to get everybody together here on social media. Also report on the water conditions up here. If anybody wants to make a little contribution, it sure does come in handy, especially around the old holidays here. I do keep a link, post a link to my PayPal account in the description of this post. There's a couple little live cockle shells down on the beach. I'm gonna toss them out into the water here. 2 little live cockles. Down there in the water, right where I'm going to put them cockles, there's a pear whelk. If you look close, you can see a pear whelk over there. Have I missed? Great morning this morning. It was we weren't finding many shells, and then bam, I decided to come up to Wiggins Pass, and there was an abundance of shells up here this morning. Just incredible. Now look at the sky. The sky is clearing up here. Warming up, sun's out. In just a couple hours that we were out here walking this morning. See how things just constantly change? Always changing. Black moon shell. I don't know what's all over that guy. Huh. Never seen a black one like that. It must be something from the water. I've seen so many cool things up here today. So many. Interesting shells, pieces of shells. We have found seen so many broken moon shells and Nautica shells. Piece of a beautiful crown conch here. Missing the top. Oh, big hole in the side too. Darn it. Beautiful colors on the crown conch though. When you can find one. One of my favorite shells. Nice little scallop shell down here. Beautiful scallop shell. That's a nice one. Nice scallop. Nice cockle shell here. Nice cockle. Nice pen shell down here. Big pen shell. The pen shell with its iridescent base. Wow. Be sure to walk up to the north end of the park if you come to Del Norwegians today before the tide comes back in. Well, I gotta sign off. I got a low battery. Wind's coming from behind my back. That's nice, blowing everything out into the Gulf. Hey, again, nobody pays me to do this. If you want to make a little contribution, thank you. Every little bit helps, especially around the holidays. You can find my PayPal account in the description of the post here. Anybody that sent something, thank you so much. Be sure to check out all of my photos and videos. Tell your friends about Southwest Florida Television. Make sure you like and follow Southwest Florida Television and Nonstop Naples. Don't forget about Nonstop Naples. You'll be seeing me over there doing some live feeds. Anyway, have a fantastic Tuesday. For Southwest Florida Television, I'm Rob Stan. God bless.